Paradoxes of Modern Society and the Wisdom to Survive. Number 4.
In news reports, the rescued person does not seem to be from an English-speaking country. Some YouTubers claim that, if they were Americans, the United States would use the military to rescue them from criminal organizations. Do you also think so? Would the US government actually allow and carry out such an operation? Also, is this the same reason why this type of news has not been broadcast at all in Australia until now? Is there a special intention behind not broadcasting these reports?
That's an interesting perspective. First, regarding the possibility of the United States conducting a military operation to rescue its own citizens, it is certainly possible depending on the situation. The possibility of the United States using military force to rescue its own citizens. There have been cases in the past where special forces have been deployed in rescue operations. When an American was kidnapped in Niger in 2022, the US military sent Navy SEALs to carry out a rescue operation. In 2019, the US Delta Force was deployed to rescue an American journalist held hostage by ISIS in Syria. The US government prioritizes the protection of its citizens. When US citizens are taken hostage, military options are not uncommonly considered. Military action may be more feasible against criminal organizations than against states. There is a risk of violating the sovereignty of other countries, but negotiations may be difficult in areas controlled by criminal organizations, making military intervention an option. However, military operations are risky. There is no guarantee of success. Military operations are inherently risky. Possible diplomatic fallout, e.g., worsening relations with the Myanmar government. Possibility of being accused of discriminating between citizens by distinguishing between them. In other words, the US can use military force, but whether or not to actually do so is subject to political considerations. It could also be a covert operation, involving the CIA or private military contractors, disguised as a civilian mission. Why is Australia not reporting this news? They may be purposely hiding the news. The government may be trying to suppress information to prevent public panic. The majority of the victims may be of Asian nationality, which may make the story less relevant to a domestic Australian audience. The Australian government may be dealing with the issue behind the scenes. They may be conducting diplomatic negotiations but choosing not to make details public. News priorities. The media may be prioritizing other news, such as domestic economic and political issues. However, if there were Australians among the victims, coverage would likely change. Differences in news coverage across countries are driven by government policies, public interest, and media priorities.